Hey guys, have you ever wondered why in this world there is trillionaires, billionaires and millionaires and you're still struggling to make $1,000,000? They all have 24 hours as you have, but they all have cracked the code as to how to make that millions, billions, trillions. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we all have 24 hours in a day, how the trillionaires, the billionaires, the millionaires are using different financial vehicles to get to their goals, and what we can do to get to the same level. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the different types of financial vehicles that exist out there, how we all have 24 hours in a day, and how we're all using these different types of financial vehicles that exist to get to our full financial potential in this life. Now, to start with, we'll just assume this is the day you're born. Now, if this is a lifetime and this is your end of life, this is the day you're born and this is your end of life. Now, to me, I very strongly believe that whoever is born in this planet has the potential to make 100% when it comes to their financial ability. Their full potential is 100%. So basically what that means is, it doesn't matter where you're born and what you're born with, but by the end of this life, you should be able to get 100% when it comes to finance. What that means here is, if take a scale of 0 to 100, at the end of your life, you should have 100% of your financial ability. Now, that is different for different people, of course, but it could be $1 million, it could be $1 billion. And in today's world, we are also going to start seeing $1 trillion with the likes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates and so forth. We are slowly starting to talk about $1 trillion. There's more and more billionaires being made every year now, and millions is happening a lot more these days than what it was a few years ago. Now, we all have 24 hours per day. The same 24 hours a day makes someone a millionaire by the end of life, makes someone a billionaire by the end of life, and makes someone a trillionaire by the end of life. Now, what I'm going to explore here is that same 24 hours, which is very, very important. What are the different types of financial vehicles the trillionaires are using, billionaires are using, the millionaires are using? What are the different types of financial vehicles out there? What are the different types of people using what type of financial vehicles? And then we're going to try and understand if this is your life scale in terms of finance. Where do you get by the end of your life? Do you get up to here? Do you achieve this, or do you achieve your 100% potential? Again, the sooner you understand this, the faster you're going to reach your financial potential of 100%. Alright, so we all have 24 hours in a day. Now, how we use these 24 hours is very crucial to understand whether we get to that 100% of our full potential in terms of finance or not. Let's just put it here. So this is midnight today. 24 hours later, this is midnight next day. So midnight, 24 hours later, you get to midnight next day. And this is 24 hours, one day. Now, in that same 24 hours, we are going to start exploring the different types of financial vehicles that exist and what different types of people use to make the most in terms of their financial potential. If this was 0% and this was 100%, we start seeing this as the same scale we had before, where we can compare this to the lifetime. The day you were born, and then this is your end of life, where you can get 100%. Okay, that's your full potential. Now, the first type we have is someone just walking. In that same 24 hours, we should agree that someone might just walk about that much. This financial means, we'll just call it walking. The second means here is a bicycle. And this here, probably go a bit further. The third means, I'm gonna talk through all the different means here, and once I'm done with that, I'm gonna show what each of these different financial vehicles means and where do most people sit and stuff like that. So we have a car, and this car will probably go a bit further at 24 hours. We're gonna assume that they're all moving the same direction here and they don't stop for 24 hours. The fourth means is we've got your plane. You can start seeing how the plane goes even further than the car. And we got the fifth means here, which is your rocket. And essentially the rocket will go all the way to your 100%. Now if I was to just roughly give a number here, we'll just say this is 10%, this is about 25%, this is about 50%, and this is about 80%, and this is 100%. Now each of these represent a financial vehicle that everyone uses, from the poorest person on this planet to the richest person that have mastered how to get to their full potential in terms of financial vehicle. The first one, we'll just assume this is where you're doing a part-time job. So the second part here is your full-time job, or you're working for someone else. Now these two, they are almost like where you're working for someone else. This is a 9 to 5 type of job. So you can start seeing if this was your full potential 100% in your life, you've only achieved 25% in terms of financial means. Chances of you becoming maximizing your 100% financial means is as you go down the ladder, as I'll explain here. This car here goes about 50%, and that's representing all the self-employed people out there. So what is self-employment? It's basically if you don't have a boss. So here you have a boss. These two you have a boss to report to. Here, no boss. You basically work for yourself here. And what you're essentially doing is you're trading your time for money. So you're trading your time for money, and that's what you call self-employment. The next bit here is the plane, and here you can see we almost get to 80%. And what that is basically a business. What's the difference between a self-employment and a business? It's basically if you're doing a business, you don't have a boss, so no boss. You work for yourself. There's a big difference here. Don't trade your time for money. You trade money for time. Remember, in one of my other videos, I talk about how the poor and the rich mindset. The poor trade time for money, whereas the rich trade money for time. So what essentially you're going to do here as a business owner is you probably hire someone as a team leader who's going to look after all the staffs for you, and that person will just report to you daily or weekly about how your business is functioning. You don't have to be there. For instance, self-employed would be somewhere like if you own a franchisee where you have to be there 9 to 9 for it to work. Essentially, most people think they have a business, but essentially what they are is a self-employed. Yes, it will get you further than a 9 to 5 or a part-time job for sure, but you still are trading time for money. And that's where the rich doesn't do it this way. You can see you get to 50% of your full financial potential. This here is your business. So you've employed a team leader who reports directly to you and manages the staff over there. So you don't have to even show up, and you're getting the money in the bank at the end of the month. So essentially here you have a business. It could be the same franchisee, but in this example here, you've employed someone else to look after the business for you. Whereas here, you are the one who's there, set up the shelves and clean up or close up and stuff. Here, someone else is doing that for you. Now, in order to get to your full potential, there's a missing puzzle here, which is basically investment. You take anyone who runs a business, whether we take Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, these are the people that runs a good functional business. They all have investments. This is what gives them that full potential, full 100% potential. So this is how they can achieve that 100% by the end of 24 hours, and essentially in a lifetime. Those people who run a business and invest all that money into an investment is the type of people who actually gets to that 100%. What's very nice here is that you can use a mixture of this in your life. Let's say you are someone doing a part-time job. So if you're doing a part-time job, if we take these random numbers as 10% of your full potential, what you can do to increase this while you still have your part-time job is you get an investment in your life. So suddenly you're doing a part-time job plus an investment, you might go 40%. And you can rinse and repeat this with other financial needs. Say you're doing a 9-to-5 job in your life, right? So the bicycle here. So again, if you add investment to it, in this case, you might go 60%. So start seeing how you can maximize your financial potential by adding other stuff to it. Or you don't do an investment, you might just keep your full-time job, which is a bicycle here, and you add to it, let's say you add your franchising thing, you franchising on top, suddenly this becomes 80%. What I mean by franchise is, let's say on the weekends you go and sell lemonades, or you open a kebab shop at night, or whatever that is. Suddenly you add to that full potential for your financial needs. So these are the different types of financial vehicles in life, and how different people use these different ways to get to their 100% financial potential. Hopefully this has added some value to your life, and if it did, please do subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and anyone who you think might get some value watching these videos, especially your kids if you have kids. And don't forget to go and watch my latest video on stocks versus real estate. Which one would I invest $100,000 in? And I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest.